Here is a recap of the 8 races that took place today, Monday at Hollywoodbets Greyville. The very first race was won by a first-timer from the Garth Puller stable for Hollywood Syndicate at Ndebe Road. Hugs and high fives. This filly won well, and I've Got Wings ran second, running on very smartly.
Tefra's the first one to move in. Hugs and high fives in the yellow on the outside. Miss Dora's under pressure. I've Got Wings is running on to the inside. I've Got Wings. Hugs and high fives inside the 200. Hugs and high fives on the grandstand side, looking to strike and put the ball in the back of the net now. Hugs and high fives to the line goes. I've Got Wings second, maybe Vermin.
The second race of the day was won by the Glen Cotson team. Ashton Aries, the pilot, Gavin Almanza, the owner, and Heman Arda Stud, the breeder of this Time Thief filly. Her name was Lady Heist. She went start to finish, and she simply could not get caught.
Pelargonium's in second. Blush of Dawn now being asked to quicken up between runners. Morgan Le Fay further back. 300 out. Lady Heist still has a length and a half to spare. Blush of Dawn, Pelargonium trying to close in late on. 150 to go. Lady Heist showing no signs of stopping. Goes stand in the queue, be the first to collect. Lady Heist, Blush of Dawn second, Pelargonium.
The third race on the card went the way of the Mark Dixon trained Maggie T. Maggie T was ridden by Rachel Venica, bred by Blue Sky Thoroughbreds, owned by Messrs. Lynn, Cumming, Dixon and Larson. She was a recent maiden winner, but she proved too good for this field.
Inside Rails Run, French Princess on the outside of runners. Maggie T and Bright Star trying to work into it. Left hand side, Queen Mercury's running a big race at the 200. Victory Bell, green sleeves and cap tries to go with them. Down the inside, Queen Mercury by a neck. Maggie T's come from the back end of the field. Maggie T's coming home hard. Might have got up Maggie T from Queen Mercury.
The following race was the fourth race, and it went the way of Team Hollywood, and they had Eventador winning under Sipasihle Schlengwa. This was bred by James Armitage, and Eventador won a good race, beating Blazing Light, High Green and Thunder Masala.
Lord Minver, High Green now looks to move in an attack. White Cap of Eventador, Thunder Masala on the extreme outside, Blazing Light, a line of 5. Eventador starts to warm up on the grandstand side. Blazing Lights on the inside, 150 to go. However, Eventador comes gliding in, and this is Bullseye. Eventador, Blazing Light.
The next race on the card provided us with a bit of a ding-dong tussle for a while between Aqua Sulis and With Pleasure, but Keegan DeMello edged out a little bit more on With Pleasure for Dean Cunamayo, Fred Crabbier and Ridgemont Highlands. They beat Aqua Sulis. It was a good race.
Hooked extreme outside, 6 hot fix. Etiquette, 5 to make up. With Pleasure, 300 to go. Victory Twist, the one to get to. Straight ups running on. Aqua Sulis is a runner on the inside. Etiquette, With Pleasure, they're all getting into it late on. Inside the last 150. Aqua Sulis, With Pleasure. With Pleasure, the Greys coming home strongly. Gonna get up. Aqua Sulis, Etiquette.
The sixth race on the card went the way of the Gary Rich team. This was picked up, the ride was picked up by Tristan Godden, and one last time did Majestic Power, and this was given a strong, powerful ride by young Godden and punched out all the way home. And this horse, the more he asked, the more he gave, and won well. Majestic Power beating Brave Voyager.
Majestic Power goes in, Corsican, Zacco, just for the penny, hooked extreme outside, is trying to close them down. Majestic Power onto the 250, just for the penny on the outside, Brave Voyager. Majestic Power though with 100 to goes, clear by a length and a half. Number 1, Majestic Power, Brave Voyager. Majestic Power just plugging away for the win. Brave Voyager, I think.
The seventh race on the card went the way of the very well-supported Dance Melord in the betting market, found all the support. This is owned by Lance Michael and the Zockby family, trained by MJ Oudendal, continuing his rich vein of form. Marco van Rensburg, a young man who comes to the province, gets a handful of rides, and he certainly is taking every opportunity with both hands. But this was an armchair ride and an armchair win. Here's Dance Melord thrashing the opposition.
150-meter marker, the talk of the town, Dance My Lord, 6 lengths clear. Dance My Lord with fire in her eyes, cruised in. Dilla second.
The last race on the card, many were in the camp of William Rufus, but the big imposing son of Crusade, Parmenion, had other ideas. He won a good race to see Chase Majan in the winner's enclosure, so it was Parmenion beating William Rufus. Count Marsh was third and Gio Batista fourth.
On the inside, William Rufus now moves up to attack at the 300. Parmenion, though's a big runner on the outside. Parmenion now puts William Rufus under big pressure, and I think he's got his number. Parmenion goes on by a half. William Rufus trying to fight back, but Parmenion's got the winning recipe. William Rufus second. I think Count Marsh.
That was a wrap of the 8 races that took place at the City Crack, or the Coastal Track, call it what you like. We race again at Hollywoodbets Scottsville in the province on Wednesday. So as always, we look forward to seeing you there, and as always, from the number 1 box.